how are you going to approach technology companies and whether they should be broken up or not?
Well, oddly enough, like the conversation I had with Jack Dorsey this morning was exactly along those lines. And, I'm impressed that, and I know a lot of people don't feel this way about Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey, but I really find them incredibly patriotic and incredibly committed to democracy. And, a lot of those activities and their behavior was kind of obscure to me while I've been on the other end of the censorship. But I did take note very early on in the pandemic when the White House and Adam Schiff were asking the tech companies to censor people like me who were challenging, a lot of the orthodoxies. That the one company that stood up was Twitter. And I also, although Elon Musk is now vilified from the left by the left, which he shouldn't be. He should be, to me, he's a hero. He's a guy who came in and restored free expression on Twitter. And that I think the left sees that and they say, well, you're letting Donald Trump talk now. But that was not his intention. His intention was to let everybody talk. Because he made that choice, he lost billions of dollars. And, he said to me in our conversation, when I asked him about that, he said, it's worth every penny that I lose because we need free speech in America. Because if we don't have free speech in America, we don't have democracy in America. And if we don't have democracy in America, it's the end of the world. And I feel like he feels that way and that he's going to be a good ally for me when I'm in office, and that Dorsey is too, because they have this very, very natal commitment to free speech. And I think they saw these, you guys remember we were all promised at the outset of when the social media was selling itself to us that it was going to become the instrument, it was going to democratize communications around the world. And instead, they become the instrument for totalitarian control. And it's very ironic, but I do think that, some of these guys, at least the ones that I'm talking to, including David Sachs, are absolutely committed to, to figuring out how to make censorship-proof social media sites. And they're doing that with Nostr. Nostr, I think, is the first one. And I think that's really promising. And some of this blockchain technology that's coming out of Bitcoin will be very, very useful. And by the way, I understand that some of my fellow liberals don't like Elon Musk because they think he's giving a voice to Donald Trump and to some of the, Donald Trump supporters.
Well, let me speak to that a little bit.
I just want to remind you this. In 1977, there was a march by the American Nazi Party in Skokie, Illinois, through a Jewish neighborhood. And the liberal infrastructure, including the ACLU and everybody else, turned out to support their right to march.
Right.
And nobody is agreeing with what they're saying. What they're saying is appalling and repulsive and repellent. But, we need to be willing to die in our country for their right to say those things. Because if somebody can censor them, they can censor the rest of us too. And that's just going to end up, benefiting the oligarchy and the military industrial complex.